Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering Big Barda. She made her first appearance in Mr. Miracle Volume 1, Issue number 4 in the September-October release of 1971, but her current version debuted in Earth 2, Issue number 11 in June of 2013. She stands 7 feet tall and weighs 197 pounds, having blue eyes and black hair. Now, she's actually part of a race of beings called New Gods, some of which developed on New Genesis, and some of them developed on Apokolips. These planets being so close to the source actually has many of them developing superhuman powers. As such, Big Barda has immortality, superhuman mental and physical attributes, to include being exceptionally strong and durable even for her species. She's considered to have the same strength levels as characters such as Superman and Wonder Woman, quite often being seen as an absolute equal to Wonder Woman. She's been trained on the planet Apokolips by Granny Goodness to be an exceptional combatant, perfecting all forms of her planet's fighting styles. Big Barda is known to carry what's called a Mega Rod, which is a nearly indestructible Apokoliptian weapon which can fire very powerful energy blasts. She's also had access to other Apokoliptian technology as well, some of these being a mother box and Aero Discs, which are considered to be creations of her now husband, Mr. Miracle. With these, she can teleport long distances and can fly. It also must be noted that for a period, she became doyenne of the female Furies. This is when she often wore her Aegis Armor, which increased her already impressive durability, and she received and occasionally used her battle Maul, which was a hammer/axe type of device that served as both a weapon and a symbol of her authority. Now, Big Barda's original backstory is very similar to her current version, but in both of them she was trained to be a warrior on Apokolips, and then she ended up teaching other female fighters. She was known as one of the most powerful of Darkseid's female Furies, which enforced his will with impunity upon anybody. However, one day when they were on a mission, she met and later ended up falling in love with Scott Free, also known as Mr. Miracle. Now, he was a rebel to Darkseid and was against his tyranny. She eventually ended up changing her allegiances and then fought against her former master. Big Barda and Mr. Miracle eventually ran off to Earth 2, just as Apokolips was attacking the planet. And although they were initially captured by Earth 2's world army, the couple agreed to take part in a desperate mission to save Earth 2 from Apokolips. They ended up finding a vulnerable Darkseid in stasis on Apokolips, but at this point Barda betrayed Mr. Miracle. She told him to use a stasis bomb to kill Darkseid, knowing that this would in fact release him from his stasis. A now revived Darkseid attacked and captured Mr. Miracle, and although he was tortured for a short period, he ended up later escaping. Because of this apparent loyalty, Barda was then rewarded by Darkseid, and that's when she was made doyenne of the Furies. She and the rest of the Furies were sent out with the rest of Apokolips's army as they scourged the Earth. But her Aegis Armor was removed by Jimmy Olsen, who had been granted the cosmic powers of the Source by a mother box. Now, since she was stripped of her symbol of authority, she was turned on by the parademons and Darkseid's son Calabac. Despite this, she ended up escaping and met up with Kali, who was Apokolips's former Fury of War. Under the banner of still being loyal to Darkseid and declaring the mission of conquering new worlds for him, Big Barda and Kali snuck aboard one of the spaceships that were fleeing the planet. Yet later, in a surprise turn of events, Mr. Miracle was attacked by Kanto on Earth, when Barda suddenly appeared from a boom tube to save him. This is interesting because the two of them had been plotting all along, and it turns out that Mr. Miracle's dad, Highfather, had married them long ago and they were just pretending to be enemies. Now staying reunited for good, Big Barda and Mr. Miracle ended up retiring, wanting to live a quiet life in the suburbs of Connecticut. She was a powerful warrior housewife, because when they first moved to Earth, she actually enjoyed life as a domestic woman, often resenting her routine being interrupted by adventures with her husband, Mr. Miracle. Now, due to her powers and abilities and her influence on the DC universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Big Barda a rating of 8, which is an unforgettable rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.